Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ms. Richards, for enduring what I consider to be a very offensive approach on the part of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle as they've badgered you with questions, as they've used their rhetoric to suggest in a questionable way that they're seeking information, at the same time not giving you a chance to answer the questions. I'm actually a little confused of why we're here. Are we here because of these videos and there's a questionability about Planned Parenthood doing something that's illegal as it related to the collection of fetal tissue? Are we here simply because the ideological right wing of this Republican conference here in Congress, the dysfunction is manifested, simply so anti-woman's right to choose that they would bring you here for a fourth hearing? Or are we here because somebody believes that Planned Parenthood doesn't need Federal reimbursement for the health care that it gives? For whatever reason, for whatever one of those reasons, those are specious reasons. And for my colleagues on the other side of the aisle to act like they don't understand and to suggest that they're ill-informed, if they are ill-informed, it's because they choose to be. I couldn't hardly get into this room today with all of the people on the outside in the hallways that were trying to get in here to be supportive of Planned Parenthood, because we know and recognize the impact that Planned Parenthood has had on healthy lives, not just women's lives, but including men's lives. We know in New Jersey, in my state, where this governor, Chris Christie, spent so much of his leverage defunding Planned Parenthood and then suggesting that the federally qualified health care centers would be able to pick up the slack, they came in and testified that they couldn't possibly accommodate all of the deficiencies that would occur without Planned Parenthood. We know that the work that you do. So I just want to do a couple of things, and I want to do them quickly. I want to acknowledge all the young women and men in the overflow room. I want to talk to you a little about Mr. Delighten or whatever his name is, but the mystery man who spent so much of his life trying to discredit Planned Parenthood. You all had a forensic report done.
Correct.
On those videos.
Correct.
And that forensic report revealed that there were so many discrepancies, that there were so many inaccuracies, and that it would be impossible to characterize the extent to which CMP's undisclosed edits and cuts distort the meaning of the encounters of videos purport to document. However, the manipulation of the videos does not mean they have no evidentiary value in legal context and cannot be relied upon. I want to put that report into the record, and I am asking unanimous consent to accept this forensic report, because somewhere along the line we ought to be getting part of the other story. Mr. Chairman?
Before I rule on that, I will place a temporary objection in place. Let me look at the report prior to entering it into the record.
Well, then I guess I should also register my temporary objection to the fact that we have one witness here, and we haven't even tried to get Mr. Delighten here or anyone else who we would be able to question as with regard to the accuracy of all the allegations that we are moving on right now. And I also want to say, before I give you an opportunity to answer any question that was left out there in the universe hovering over us, so that you can put things that you think that are on the record, that this is another very poor illustration of our deflecting our attention away from the work that the people have elected us to do. We need to have an export-import bank that creates jobs. We need to have an infrastructure program that creates jobs. We need to be reauthorizing the appropriate aspects of the Voting Rights Act. We've got so much good work to do, but instead, what do? We harp on a woman's right to make the choices that are hers to make. And that, to me, is very offensive. And with that, Ms. Richards, I would like to yield to you the balance of my time to answer any unanswered question that you might have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman. Well, I would mention, too, to the Chairman that I believe we've actually given the forensic report already to you and provided that a while back, but we can follow up if there's any questions. I appreciate your comments. I think we have now had, either today, for the 14th vote will be on restricting women's access to health care in this country. And I think going back to one of the questions on the other side, This is about women's choice to me. This isn't about Planned Parenthood. It's about allowing women in this country, and particularly women of low income or live in areas that are underserved by other health care providers, it's allowing them to make their own decision about their pregnancies, about their health care, and about where they get services. And many women come to us even if they have other options because, frankly, we're the best at women's health. And I think they deserve the right to make their own decisions about where they access the doctor and clinicians of their choice.
Reclaiming the last 25 seconds of my time, it
No,
seems to me to be—
Gentlewoman's time is more than expired.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you indulge me for 10 seconds?
If I do that, I've got to do it both. I've
You
got to
have
keep
done
going.
it. With all due respect, Mr. Chairman, you
10
have done it.
seconds.
It just seems to me that this is not the appropriate time to be making decisions about defunding Planned Parenthood when we don't even know why we want to do it.
Thank you. So, the gentlewoman had asked unanimous consent to enter into the record, this GPS fusion analysis. I'd also like to add on to that, if I could, the digital forensic analysis report delivered to Alliance Defending Freedom prepared by Coal-Fire Systems. I'd ask unanimous consent that both of these be entered into the record.